Hello and welcome to Hank Games Without Hank. My name is John Green. We're the Swindon Swoodilypoopers. You haven't missed anything, even though we're in the 8th minute. We started recording late, sorry. But yeah, you haven't missed anything because, you know, we never score, and so we haven't, because that's not what we do. It's not our club. That's not the way we function. Quick update on the situation, the Swoodilypooper situation. We are still 17th, which is one. We are just above the relegation zone. We really need to win this game. Fulham is a lot better than us on paper, but all the other teams that we're going to play for the rest of the season are also a lot better than us on paper, so that shouldn't be an excuse not to win. I want to thank everybody for their helpful comments regarding my FIFA playing. I know that I suck, and I know that I suck balls, and I know that I suck other things, but thank you for being so specific about all of the things that I suck. I'm doing my best. And again, you know, we are the Swoodilypoopers. We work together as a team, and that's you know, like, our team is built around 0-0 draws, and we are great at that. So anyway, it's the episode 99 of the Swindon Swoodilypoopers. Thanks for sticking with me for 99 episodes of wins, losses, and lots and lots of scoreless draws. I will remind you, though, that we are still in the FA Cup final. We have a chance to have a great season here at the end, and we're still in Europe as well. And look at Bald John Green's beautiful mustache. I mean, you can have complaints about the way we play, but you can't have complaints about the way we maintain our mustaches. So today, one size fits all. I should have cleared it there. That was my mistake. Today I want to talk about, someone in comments suggested that I talk about, they said, speaking of scoreless draws, why don't you talk about your love life before you met Sarah? And I thought that was funny, so I thought I would talk sort of in general terms. I've talked specifically about some of my early romantic relationships, but not in specific terms. Oh boy, Merrick, he wasn't in the right place at the right time, or he could have scored there. So I'm going to do that today. Generally, I mean, I was a dumper. There's no, that's well known. I mean, I was a dumpy. That's well known. All of my romantic relationships ended with the girl dumping me. But I was a dumpy not because of there was anything like wrong or evil about my ex-girlfriends, although I didn't necessarily believe that at the time. I was a dumpy because I was extremely needy, and I didn't realize that relationships. Oh, by the way, guess who's in goal? Did you see? Did you see who just made that save? Let's look again. Was it Fat Lucas? Look at that save from Fat Lucas. He's back. That's right. I put him in goal because I felt like we needed a spark. And in our case, that spark is Fat Lucas, because he may not be the best goalie on paper. And look, I don't have anything against Ricardo Bunsen-Berna, but we need Fat Lucas's leadership in this difficult time in the history of the Swoodilypoopers. We need him more than ever. Look at Leroy Williamson making a great turn, but he's just not fast enough. He's not quick on the ball. That's not his specialty. He has other specialties, like being handsome and hardworking and scoring occasionally. But yeah. So, yeah, I was a dumper. I mean, a dumpy. Why do I keep saying I was a dumper? But the reason I was a dumpy was because, to put it in economic terms, in like macroeconomics terms, I was not adding value to the relationships. I didn't even really realize that relationships were about adding value. Like, I would do nice things for girls, but it was not to make them happy. It was to make them like me. That's a very subtle distinction, but an extremely important one, I think. And that's sort of what I could never figure out. I could never figure out how to have a romantic relationship in a way that would be sort of profitable for both parties, which is the real key to having a successful relationship, is that both people want to be in it, and not because one person feels sorry for the other, but because there's mutual added value. One of the things I found really fascinating about the Hunger Games, actually, which is that it did not dismiss the added value, the added relationship value. Is it halftime already? All right, because we started late. It didn't dismiss 0-0 at halftime, stunning turn of events for the Swoodilypoopers. It didn't dismiss the importance of that was our best chance, and I needed to take the cross a little earlier, as I so often do. I apologize to my friends and family for not being better at crosses. Unnecessary slide tackle there from Merrick. And then a really late challenge from other John Green, which could get him a yellow card. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Just not looking like the Swoodilypoopers of old. Oh, we needed Ball John Green to make a run. Maybe we need to go back to 4-2-2, because this isn't working for me. you know, like what part of what PETA offers offers Katniss is like that he's a cool guy and he's nice and he's sweet, but part of what he offers her is that he genuinely wants her to be happy and to have a fulfilling life, and you know, he wants to facilitate that, and obviously ideally he'd like to facilitate that in a romantic relationship, but he understands he's able to like overcome those petty human desire for attention or whatever, and focus. Boy, other John Green's having quite a few fouls today, it must be said. Focus on what's best for Katniss, and you know, like how best to protect her. Now, like I did have, I mean, I liked the gender swap in Catching Fire. This is not a spoiler at all. But generally, I like the gender swap because there tends to be this thinking among people. Leroy Williamson. He's away. Oh, he got tackled before he could make the shot. Oh, it's infuriating. I should have gone high. Leroy Williamson, he's just not... I mean, I'm not going to say he's not fast enough to play in the Premier League. All I'm saying is that, unfortunately, he's had trouble. Are you really going to pull that back for the foul? All right. It's the 65th minute. We got to make some substitutions here. We got to try to score. It's frustrating, man. All right. I know everybody's tired. I know. Fine, I'll take out other John Green, even though he's by far our best player. I'll put in Stone Cold Steve with the C. Austin. No, that's not going to work. Let's see. Leroy Williamson's really tired. Put in Voluptuous Pericard, even though he's not very good over there. I don't really have a lot of players to work with. I got Perry, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I'll put in Perry. And then I'll put John Green over on the right side. See how that lines up. That's a little bit better. These guys are probably all exhausted because. So the problem is, as you can see, we don't have very many players, and a lot of them spend all of their time being really, really tired. So we don't. Oh, Fitzhall is in terrible shape. We got to take Fitzhall out. He's completely cooked. Bring in Ginger Rampage, I guess. So, as you can see, like here at the end of the season, we're playing 3 games a week because we're still in Europe and we're still in the FA Cup, and that's just been a disaster for us because we just don't have the squad to support that. Like Manchester United or Manchester City or, you know, Tottenham, whatever, those clubs that are playing in Europe and in the FA Cup at the end of the season and also playing two Premier League games a week, those clubs, by and large, you know, they have like 60 people. We have like 17, so we're just going to have a hard time here. But we do have Stone Cold Steve with the C. Austin. He's healthy again. Nice to see him running. He's got a lot of energy. Let's see if... Nope. Okay, we got a corner, though. Of course, it just took out One Size Fits All, by far our best corner scorer. It's really been One Size Fits All's season. Nope. No, I got you excited about nothing. Oh, that was actually a pretty nice shot there from Stone Cold Steve with the C. Austin, but it was all for naught, friends. Yeah, so basically what I didn't understand about romantic relationships when I was a teenager, and even in my 20s, was that the romantic relationships don't exist for my benefit. And it's really, really hard not to be sort of like narcissistic about romantic relationships, because in a lot of times with boys, it's in their romantic relationships that they reveal their sort of true selves, and then it becomes this big disaster if the relationship doesn't work, because that's the only person who you've ever kind of like trusted to be, trusted with and made yourself vulnerable in front of, and so those relationships take on this like way, way over the top meaning where they're way, you just can't justify them. You can't live with the idea of not being with this person because they're the only person who's ever, who you've ever made yourself vulnerable in front of. And then there's this, that's not a foul. That was just Ginger Rampage. He was just trying to hug him with both knees at the same time. Oh, boy. Free kick from what is technically a dangerous position. I don't like anything about this situation. Oh, good clearance, though. Come on. Oh, I thought he was gonna get to him, but he didn't. Yeah. All right. So that's the issue. Is that when you make your whole life about one person, whether in whatever way you do it, you end up screwing yourself, and you end up making that other person miserable too, because that's way too much pressure for them. You know, I mean, they don't need that. They can't handle that. They're just, you know, they're just a person like you are. Come on, we just need better D. I mean, better O. Oh, we almost got it into Stone Cold Steve Austin, and he would have had an easy goal. But we didn't. Instead of doing that, we chose not to do it. Now ball John Green. Ball John Green. He's going to Stone Cold Steve Austin. No, he went far post. Oh! Schwarzer with a nice save on what might otherwise have been a beautiful own goal. Own goal. I think he's our second leading scorer this season. Maybe we should start own goal up top. There it is, the end of the game. 0-0 draw. Stunning turn of events. Well, at least we got a point out of it. Thanks for watching. Best wishes.